A very refreshing evening to all the passionate educators. On behalf of Arvachin International School and Abhyuday Sahodaya, I welcome all of you to today's session. We all have been a part of one or the other session during this pandemic, and we have been enriching our experiences and knowledge on various topics. Today, we bring to you a session which is very close to our day to day functioning. As teachers, principals, and educators, we have always been passionate and eager to know about the NCRT's initiative on school education. And with the release of alternative academic calendar last week, this is the right time to get answers to a lot of questions. And for this, we have amidst us Professor Saroj Yadav, Dean Academics NCRT and National Coordinator of National Population Education Program and Adolescent Education Program and School Health Program. Ma'am, you have been working with NCRT since 1998 and with more than 32 years of rich experience in the field of school education and teacher education, you have guided the planning, organization, and monitoring of various activities and projects. Ma'am, you have served as the chairperson of various committees of NCERT and member National Task Force India. Ma'am, I welcome you to the session and hope that we all will gain from your experiences. Welcome you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much. Thank you.
Over to you, ma'am. I want you to start the session. Ma'am will speak to us, after which we'll be taking up questions from our registered participants. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
So, good evening to everyone. And I really appreciate the effort made by Sapna, Dr. Sapna, particularly inviting me to this, you can say, webinar. And I am really thankful to the Arvachin International School, Delhi, because many a time we are doing a lot separately, independently, but people do not know who is doing what. So I'm really thankful to you, and I'm really thankful to Mr. Khungar to be a part of this, you can say, initiative. So today I'll take little, you can say, some time to present before you what NCRT is doing. So at least the principals and those who are participating in this webinar, they are able to know what are the initiatives taken by NCERT, and later on they can ask questions. I have tried my level best to incorporate some of the questions which they have already asked, but even then, now also they can ask questions, and I think Dr. Khungar has already made note of it, that what are the questions being asked by the you can say our learner. So to begin with, if you allow me, I can share the PPT so that it will be easier for everyone to know what is happening in NCRT. So the first is that what are the mandate of NCRT? The mandate of NCRT is that we have to, as the nomenclature itself shows, that National Council of Educational Research and Training. So what means National Council of Research and Training means that we undertake, promote, coordinate research, because the first word comes is research. So we are promoting research in the area of, you can say, school education system, including the teacher education system. Secondly, we prepare national curriculum frameworks. So that is also the mandate of NCRT, and as you all know that because of RTE Act, NCRT is the academic authority for up to elementary stage, but we develop these model textbooks and syllabi from class 1 to class 12. We also organize pre-service and in-service training program of teachers, because empowerment of teachers, professional development of teachers is very, very important. So we are undertaking that activities also. We are also developing and disseminating innovative educational techniques and practices. And it is not only that what NCRT is doing, but even those other teachers, teacher educators who are doing certain innovative activities, we are also projecting their activities on through our, you can say, NCRT channel. We are also collaborating network with state education department, universities, NGOs, and other educational institutions. I think you all know that in India we have a good structure of the school education system. We have NCRT at the national level. We have SCERT, State Council of Educational Research and Training, at the state level. Then we have state boards of school education. We have at the district level, District Institute of Educational and Training. And we have block resource centers, we have CRCs, so cluster resource centers, and then we have a school. So we have a good infrastructures, and therefore the role of NCERT is also to have network with all these organizations. We also act as a clearinghouse for ideas and information in matter related to school education, because so many work have been done, and if we are doing at the national level and not disseminating those ideas, that itself will not serve the purpose. Secondly, we are bringing out so many material, but we are not taking the demands of the other institutions in school education. That also is not going to serve the purpose. And we are also working as a nodal agency for achieving the goal of quality and inclusive education. So this is our mandate of NCERT. We have 8 constituent units of NCERT, because NCERT is spread all over India. So there is a one NI, National Institute of Education, which is located at Delhi. The another is Pandit Sundarlal Sarma Central Institute of Vocational Education, that is located at Bhopal. Then we have Central Institute of Educational Technology, that is also located at Delhi. And we have regional institutes of education. So there are at present 5 regional institutes of education which are located at Ajmer, Bhopal, Mysore, Bhubaneswar, and Shillong. And there is another one which is in the pipeline, which is Nellore. So Nellore is, you can say, is in the pipeline, and maybe very soon we are going to have that RI also. These are the, so 8 constituent unit together makes NCERT. Now somebody asked that how, whether there is a linkage with the National Curriculum Framework of 2005 to the next one. You know, NCERT up till now have brought out 4 national curriculum frameworks: 1975, 88, 2000, and 2005. And all national curriculum framework are built on, you can say, having a strong foundation from the previous one, because we cannot ignore the previous one. So they are already there. So we are taking, definitely all are evolving, and we are going to have very soon, already the work has been started, to have a national curriculum framework for 2021. So when it will be come out in 21, because it needs lot of time, we have to have focus groups, we have to have a background papers, we have to have a lot of discussions, and then only we can come out with the national curriculum framework. So this is also our the work which is we are doing, and we are in the process. And this national curriculum framework is a broad guideline for the school education system for all the states and union territories of the country. So basically the broad guidelines are to be followed. On the basis of the broad guidelines, the states, the union territories can adapt or adopt, they can develop their own curriculum framework, but the broad guidelines should remain the same. For example, in 2005, there were 5 principles of the curriculum framework. First is that we have to connect life with outside the school. So it is not the school. Earlier we were thinking that the child is coming blank, but no, the child is coming with so many experiences from the home, from the community. So why not to build on that experiences? Why not to make use of that experiences? So there was the first principle. Secondly, textbooks were not the only source of, you can say, information. The child can get information from many of the resources. And the third was that the evaluation process should be very flexible. So like that, there were 5 principles of, you can say, 2005. And similarly, now this will also be having certain principles. So those principles like gender, like ICT, like you can say inclusion, all these aspects to be included in the national curriculum framework, and the new initiative have to become part and parcel of this. Similarly, we are bringing out various syllabi and textbooks, but these syllabi and textbooks are model textbooks. So it is up to the states to adopt or adapt, or they can develop their own textbook based on the national curriculum framework. But the most important thing is that whatever national curriculum framework says, the textbook should revolve around that. So NCERT developed model textbooks, and at present 28 states and union territories have already adopted NCERT textbooks, and others have adopted at, you can say, some have adopted at the secondary stage, some have adopted science, some have adopted mathematics. So like that, they have also adopted. Besides syllabi and textbooks, NCERT had developed a lot of supplementary material, audio video material, and multimedia material are also being brought out. There are other courses beyond those traditional courses, like media studies, graphic designing, art education. Health and physical education is already a part of the school curriculum. Living craft tradition of India, creative writing, Human ecology and family sciences, generally this area was earlier called as home science. So there are other areas also which we are bringing out, and we are also bringing out support material like laboratory manual, exemplar problem, projects books, teachers handbook, teacher training material. So these are also the material which the NCERT is bringing out related to different disciplines and areas. The most important, recently you might have heard about it, because the focus is now not on content, but the focus is on competencies, that learning abilities, the ability of the child, the development of the skills, the development of the 21st century skills. So it is not just mugging up, but what are the abilities that the children are developing, understanding the concept and all these things. So we have brought out learning outcome from elementary stage, class 1 to class 8, and already the learning outcome for secondary stage have also been developed. So these are the learning outcome which we have already developed. We have conducted National Achievement Survey, which is the biggest survey. I think we have 2.2 million students. If we say 22 lakh children, and from 1 lakh 10,000 schools and across 701 districts participated in this National Achievement Survey to assess the achievement of children from classes 3, class 5 and class 8 and 10. So that is, and that the state report is available on website. The district reports are also available on website, and the state can see where there are lacuna, what are their hard spots, and how they can improve. But this is only for government and government aided school. We did it. Similarly, we have energized our textbooks. QR code is there. I think most of you have seen it, that we have a QR code. It is open, new and interesting in the area. Simply the children have to use their smartphone, and the various issues, for example, audio, video, PDF format, besides the content given in the textbooks will appear. And in each book, there are one QR code for the entire book, and there are one QR code for each chapter. So to begin with, we are having one for each chapter, but later on we are going to have more QR code for even for each chapters. So at present, NCERT is bringing out 377 textbooks, and these textbooks are available in English medium, in Hindi medium, and Urdu medium. Besides, language wise, we are bringing out in 4 languages, that is English, Hindi, Urdu, and Sanskrit. So NCERT is mandated to bring out all the material, mostly the textbooks in 3 languages. So this is one of the important issue, that the even children will feel energized, and they will have new and latest information in this through this QR code. People used to complain about NCERT textbooks. The NCERT textbooks are not available. So we have NCERT textbooks available online. Yani all textbooks, textbook e-Pathshala, it is available on e-Pathshala. It is available on the mobile app also. But if somebody is interested in books, so we have a portal, and in that portal, what NCERT is doing, NCERT will supply that material, that textbooks. Only the cost of the book will be charged. So far postage charges are concerned, NCERT will not charge the postage charges from the student, or the, you can say, whosoever asked for the textbooks. So it's for individual help, the NCERT books are being made available. Similarly, there is a you can say research. We want to promote research. NCERT provide fellowship for those who want to do PhD in different area of school education. We have one ERIC, Educational Research Innovation Committee, where, for example, any of your principal, any of your teachers, any of the person wants to do certain research studies, NCERT provide funding, provided that research proposal is related to school education or teacher education, or related to improving the quality of school education. So we used to provide the fund for conducting that research study. We are also guiding the faculty for conducting researches, and we are also having capacity building for various stakeholders in the area of research, because people are afraid of undertaking research. So we are also having capacity building. Generally, our concern is with the SCERT, State Council of Educational Research and Training, because we have a system and we want to train them, and we want that they should train the teachers and others at their own level at the state level, because it's very difficult for NCERT to reach to each and everyone. Similarly, we have pre-service courses also, because generally the people think that NCERT is only developing textbooks. But as I said, we have 5 regional institute of education, and each regional institute of education have pre-service courses. For example, BA, B.Ed 4 years courses, BSc, B.Ed 4 year courses, B.Ed 2 year courses. Similarly, we have postgraduate programs in research like M.Ed, B.Ed, M.Ed integrated, MSc Ed, diploma in guidance and counseling is both at NIM at Delhi as well as in all the regional institute of education, and we have MPhil courses also in the area of education. So children from, there's a state quota and there is an entrance test, and those who qualify those entrance tests, they are eligible to, you can say, as per the number of seats, get admission. And it's very good, because most of the students who become teacher after completing these courses, their placement level is very good, 100%. You can say most of them are adjusted in KVS, NVS, and many of the public schools also. There are other areas also where we are doing, for example, curriculum and textbook development, analysis, evaluation and assessment, ICT, media, digitization of textbooks, vocational education, research methodology, inclusive education, gender, population education, and adolescence education. These are other areas also which NCERT is, you can say, working a lot. Somebody asked in some of the questions the what NCERT is doing health and physical education. So, and because if you read National Curriculum Framework 2005, because this is at present in operation, so that National Curriculum Framework says that health and physical education should be compulsory from class 1 to class 10. So we have brought out a source book on assessment for health and physical education for class 1 to 5. And then because at that time it was thought that it is more experiential area, so to begin with we should bring out the teacher's guide. So we brought out teacher's guide on health and physical education for class 6, 7 and 8, and textbooks for class 9, 10 and 11. So 9th is already in the, you can say, public domain. For 10th and 11th is in, you can say, publication division. It will come soon. So efforts have already been made. Similarly, we have also brought out Simi's journey towards cleanliness. So how to remain clean with the small children, sanitation and hygiene. And these days we are focusing on school health programs. You might have heard about Ayushman Bharat. So under Ayushman Bharat, NCERT is also implementing school health wellness program for children. And under that program, we have developed a training and resource material focusing on 11 themes. Earlier, we were implementing adolescence education program that more focused on upper primary to secondary stage, and the school health program is more comprehensive, because in this program, both health ministry as well as the education ministry have to work together, and those on 11 themes. So the focus is on growing up healthy, relationship during adolescence, and then emotional and mental health, gender equality, drug abuse, how to prevent drug abuse, how to have healthy lifestyle, reproductive health and HIV and AIDS, and then safety and security of children. And the another one is, you can say, safe use of internet. So like that, we have 11 themes on the school health program. We are very soon going to have a training program for all the heads of the schools of the aspirational districts to begin with. But this material we are putting on NCERT website, so even your school can make advantage of that material and can organize different activities, because it's more activity based material. It is not that we are just focusing on content. So more, because of more activity based material, therefore one can make use of it and different, and you can say, make advantage of it. The focus is also on bullying, on cyber safety. So all these things are there. So this is in another aspect which NCERT is focusing on. And earlier we were implementing a national population education project and an adolescence education program in all the 36 states and union territory. So on similar ground, we are going to reach to at least 2 teachers per school we are going to train, and those teachers will be called as health and wellness ambassador. So hope we will reach soon. Because of this lockdown, we were not able to organize face-to-face training program. Now we are planning online training program for the resource person, and then we'll reach to the teachers. These, as I said, there is another institute of NCERT, which is PSCIV, Central Institute of Vocational Education. So we have about 65 job roles. Some of the important job roles we have already developed textbook like micro irrigation technician, florist, dairy farming, then assistant mason, plumbers, IT help desk attendant, junior software, sales associate cashier, self-employed tailor, hand embroider. Like that, we have 10 broad sectors, and in 10 broad sectors, we have about 65 job roles. So for that, NCERT has developed textbooks, and they are also available on NCERT website. The minister has very recently released the academic calendar for higher secondary stage. So we have alternative academic calendar for class 1 to class 12. So your teacher, the principal can motivate the teachers to see that calendar, how to make use of that calendar, how to, you can say, overcome the loss of the children. So this is for primary stage, upper primary stage, secondary stage, and higher secondary stage. So calendar in almost all the subject areas have been prepared, and it is already placed on you can say NCERT website, and that calendar also include various audio video material which can be used by the student, teachers and parents, because their parents have to help, the teachers can help them on various social media, maybe just like Zoom we are having, or this team, whatever the platform is available, or through WhatsApp groups. So the teacher have to help, and where there are no such facilities available, so we are also using the TV and radio also. That I'll show you little later. Your children, if they are there, they can participate in constitutional quiz. So we are already started from 14th April, and it will be up to 12th of June. So they can participate on this quiz on constitution, and there will be prizes. So it's also one of the initiative which the children can take part of it. This will help them to understand what is constitution, and in a way be a part of this quiz competition. Similarly, we have you can say a feeling of what you can say access for free sport and guidance and counseling. You know, many a time we have listened from various corners that the children are under lockdown, they are under stress, they are getting bored. So one is alternative calendar, another is that whatever questions and queries they have, we have made initiative to have counselors. So there are 270 counselors are available. If you see this NCERT website, and if you click on that you can say icon, you will get the list of you can say counselor who are available in northern India, who are available in southern India, their phone number, their email. So the children can get benefit from that, whatever question they have related to their mental health, their emotional health, or any other issues. Particularly we are focusing more on, you can say, their mental and emotional health and their relationship issues, stress, anxiety, sadness. So all these things, loss of interest, hopelessness, because children, when nobody is guiding them, they are not busy, they are all the time seeing TV. So definitely this will help the children. So this can be make use of it. So it is also available on NCERT. This icon is there on NCERT website. We have also accessibility in school curriculum, because you know there are children with special needs, and there are children with special learning disabilities, there are children who are not able to see, there are children who are not able to hear. So all these initiatives also, if you click this icon, all principal, teachers, or those who are working there, they can get what is NCERT is doing. For example, we have developed an integrated you can say curriculum, integrated material, that how to teach different subject by integrating the interest and the needs of a special child. Similarly, we have even learning disabilities is there. So how to change that, what strategies to be adopted. For example, you can give the space, more space, you can give little time, more time. You have to build the confidence. Instead of just identifying their weaknesses, we have to identify their strength, and we have to encourage them. So confidence building is very, very important. So all the initiatives. We have also brought out certain supplementary material on universal design of learning. that the same book can be read by a normal child and the same book can be read by a child with low vision. So the braille aspect is also been included in that aspect, and there are certain videos are also available on NCERT website which can be accessed. Similarly, there was a need that children do not know what to opt. Most of the time, either the parents are emphasizing or the teacher is telling that your marks are more in economics, or your marks are more in English or in language or in science or in social science. So you take this subject, whereas the child might have received more marks, but the child's interest is not in that subject. So we have developed aptitude test for senior school students. So that also available on NCERT website. And if you see that it is both the primary is there, the technical issues are there, how to go about it there. So all information and how to take the test, all information are available, and this icon is also available on NCERT website. So it's a very good thing that the children will be able to know their aptitude, what they want in terms of different courses. Similarly, this is somebody has asked about that. What about NCERT is doing only for the average children? What about the talented? So we have a national talent search scholarship, NTSC. Earlier it was only for science talent search examination. Now it has been open to social sciences also. So this basically try to find out the talent in terms of science, maths, and social sciences. And this is for class 10, and the value of this fellowship increases as the, you can say, the child is moving forward, and it is given up to doctoral degree level. So one of the Nobel laureate, that is Venkat Krishnanji, is also a NTSC holder. So we can see that we are also trying to do for the talented children. For example, there are other schemes like Dhruv, where the talent of the children in terms of art and mathematics has been science has been tried to be searched. There are science olympiad, there is a yoga olympiad through yoga, there is a Kala Utsav. So there are number of schemes are being implemented by NCERT and by the ministry to find out the talent, different talent, and to enhance and help the children to develop their own talent. Similarly, we have e-Pathshala appendix. For example, the teacher want to know their own assessment. If somebody else will tell, they will not like. So why not to assess themselves? So this appendix is available. It is available on the, you can say, mobile app also. The teacher can evaluate, can assess herself or himself, and can improve upon it. So this is also one of the good, and it's a very huge demand. It's, you can say, its rating is 4.8. So most of the teachers are using it to know themselves, because no other person is evaluating them. Similarly, we have e-books from class 1 to 12, as I said, on e-Pathshala. So one can download even mobile app, Android, and there is a Philip book also. So you children can enjoy reading the Philip book also. SWAM is there, where the massive open online courses are there. So the children are registering there. They can take small courses, and about 22 courses this time the NCERT is running. And then the National Repository of Open Educational Resources, which is a very huge repository. If you see the repository, we have about 18,000 e-content on this repository. There are 650 e-books. There are 3,500 audio and video programs. So there's a lot of information available, and this National Repository of Open Educational Resources has one good advantage, that even if some of your school have good videos or audios or some good material, you can share with NCERT. The NCERT will evaluate, assess, and if it found worth, because it's a free resource. So if you agree to share free resource, and if it is worth of sharing, then definitely the NCERT will put on the NRO-ER. So this is a good resource, and it's a you can say creative, under common creative license. So anyone can use these resources for their interest, not for commercial purpose. These are various you can say resources for NCERT, which is Umang is also one of the resources for children. And then e-Pathshala is our brand. You can say now we have a brand name for e-Pathshala. So we have Kishore Manch. I think rest of the things I have discussed. Kishore Manch is very popular these days. and it is on Swam Prabha channel. So there is a one channel, and every day, even on Sunday. So all these 7 days, it is 24/7. All these 7 days, there is a 4 hours live presentation on different textbook content. Means, for example, there is in the morning 9 we start for secondary stage, then for primary stage, then upper primary stage, then higher secondary stage. So you can see that these various topics are being covered, and it is interactive. Even the children can ask questions that you have presented this is, you can make more clear. So the presenter can explain that aspects. So I think if the children and teachers and parents are aware, they can make advantage of this also. And this is, they can suggest topics also, that we want more information, we want more topics on this. So in the next, when they have the presentation, they can discuss and they can invite expert of that area. Then online resources are available already. Nishtha, I want to talk little because it's a very good initiative, national initiative for school heads and teachers, holistic advancement. And you know, most of us are saying that NCERT has done a lot of things, but it has not percolated down to the system, because the National Achievement Survey has also at the primary level have shown at least some satisfactory result, but at the higher level not very satisfactory. So the issue was that why not to train teachers. So we have started this initiative, and with 120 national resource group, we have trained 33,000 state resource group, and about 20 because ultimately we have to cover 42 lakh teachers. So 8 states have already completed teachers training, but because of this lockdown, we were not able to reach to the other teachers. So now we are going to have online this Nishtha program, and it is very effective. You can, if you want to see, there are a lot of resources available on this, on Nishtha. There is a videos are also there. There is a open forum. How many states have done what are the new innovatives you want to do. So you as a principal, as a teachers, one can go through it, and one can motivate your own teachers to, you can say, read it. And then I'll, because a lot of I want more to on discussion. So there's other areas like role plays, because children, how to have healthy relationship among adolescents, charms and challenges, HIV/AIDS. Similarly, we have on adolescents education, folk dances of states, yoga Olympiad every year is organized, and children from all the states and union territories are participating. This time, since it's very difficult to organize yoga Olympiad, so even your children can participate in national yoga quiz competition. And we are going to invite all school, irrespective of government aided, CBSE, KVS, NVS, private, all school are eligible to participate in the national yoga quiz competition. And we are going to launch very soon this yoga quiz competition. The dates will be placed on NCERT website. So children can, the Kala Utsav is again, because there are children who have interest in dance or in other forms of performing art or visual art, or so that is also music and all these. So this is Kala Utsav, which we are organizing every year to find the best talent and to reward and motivate them. This is NCERT website. So if you feeling little bit where to go, how to go, so all the icons are there, because now I am not able to show it on this. So all the icons are there, so you can see these icons. So this is in all, I say that what NCERT has done. So NCERT has done lot, but only thing is that we have to find out, we have to search, we have to in a way I can say that we have to do Sagar Manthan, then we can get more and more from there. So thank you very much. This is the in brief about what NCERT is doing, the recent initiatives. Yeah, back to
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I also
thank you.
I also take this opportunity to welcome the moderator of the session, a very passionate and dynamic educator, Mr. Kamaljeet Khungar, Principal, Bharat National Public School, and Joint Secretary, Abhyuday Sahodaya. Sir, I welcome you, and I would like you to put forth the questions that all our educators wants to know to ma'am, and thank you so much, ma'am. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Nair. Thank you. Saroj ma'am, before I begin with the questions which participants have sent, I must comment it was a very comprehensive kind of overview of all that what NCERT is doing. As in the earlier discussion, no, you shared, and I can't agree with you more on this, that the role of NCERT is much bigger than how we look at that. It's not only about textbook printing, but all the areas which you have covered, no, right from preparing textbook to curriculum to training to special needs children and yoga and all those physical education books and training modules as well. So I think when the questions have come, a lot of such things are being covered in this presentation. Still, because variety of questions and from different mediums it has reached us. So to participants also we have tried to cluster these questions for the sake of non-repetition. We'll be asking only the relevant in the context, today's context and the overarching context in which the NCERT operates. At the same time, there are question answer which those who are listening can also write in the chat box. So we'll try to see in case we have time, we'll be addressing them. Otherwise, there will be some other medium in which we'll be trying to address those questions later. So, ma'am, should we begin with those questions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, definitely. Please.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. So, first part of these questions actually is relating to which you have covered in some aspect, but I'll still like to emphasize on what the basic questions were coming from the initiatives which NCERT is taking in this current pandemic situation. So you have mentioned about alternative calendar, you have mentioned about other initiatives in terms of streaming of all these things through television channels and other places also. But the questions which were ranging from, if I may ask you, how do you look at now the online teaching? Is it going to be an integral part of school education system now onwards? So your comments.
Definitely.
Yeah.
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 I think Dr. Khungar, you have very rightly said. Generally, I used to say that necessity is the mother of invention. So basically, because of this COVID situation, we are focusing now on. Otherwise, also now there's a lot of things have to be done through online system, because education 4.0, and where 4.0 is showing saying that teachers have not to taught, teacher have to train our students to find out more information, because now information is available. It is not that we give that only information is available with us. Rather, our children are more smart, more aware. They know how to search the information. So we have to help them more and more. But at the same time, technology doesn't mean that it will be replaced by teacher, because face to face, the motivation which you can bring by face to face, you can say talking to them, or you can say experiential learning, is only through face to face. So I think we have to have a blended mode, both ICT, use of ICT technology, but at the same time we have to have face to face. But during this situation, definitely we have to rely more on, you can say, technology, either through you can say different platforms which are there, or on NCERT website, or on internet, or on WhatsApp, or on Hangout, you can say Google Hangout. So we have to make use of it, and we have to, but that doesn't mean that we can replace teachers. So in the long run, I think blended mode will be there, but more focus will be on technology, because artificial intelligence is also there. Robotic is coming with a huge, you can say, way. So we have to have that, but we teacher will never be replaced. Even people are saying blackboard will never be replaced. Blackboard maybe it comes as smart board, but board will be there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, rightly said, ma'am. And in this situation, actually, a lot of people are experiencing, at least in urban areas, they are. But actually, the struggle which is coming, which also came as a question from a participant from Kerala, how NCERT is actually trying to cater to the learning needs of students in the rural areas where there is no accessibility of internet.
You are
So,
very right, because that
yeah.
question came number of time. Even the minister also answered that question, because definitely there are number of people where these facilities are not available. Therefore, we are taking the help of radio. taking the help of television. That's why I said 24/7 channel, at least the TV on a simple TV. These channels are there by the government. So for example, if you say Tata Sky, it is already on Tata Sky, the 4 hours, 24 hours, this Kishore Munch is there. Sometime even interaction with the children, some children's activities are there, then subject specific for primary stage, for upper primary stage, for secondary stage, for higher secondary stage. So textbook lessons are delivered on that through activity mode. So radio we are thinking of, you can say television. We are also planning some CDs are available which they can have, and at least the teachers have the mobile. So teachers can download and teachers can interact with the children, maybe on a simple phone if they have difficulty, maybe on they can also create, you can say WhatsApp group. So we are trying our level best to reach to the large number of children. And the moment the school will be open, I think the textbooks will be available to all children. And it's free on the Samagra Shiksha up to elementary stage, the textbooks are free. So the efforts are on to reach to them. And we want to make more and more use of radio. Through radio also how to deliver the lessons. So that effort is also on.
Right. Another related aspect, ma'am, which was coming frequently actually from different educators out there was when NCERT also and NCF also had been mentioned about inclusivity of education, giving equal opportunities to all type of learners. Special children also with the special needs also require that. So you mentioned something about some kind of counseling, which actually was a new information where we can approach NCERT also for those specific needs, for special needs children also. But can you throw more light on how NCERT is actually helping that out?
See, there is a full department. The department is called as Department of Education with Special Needs, children with special needs. So that department is preparing materials, audio, and as I said, for example, on Braille, we have developed maps. On Braille, we have developed diagrams for economics. On Braille, we have developed reading material. Barkha series, there are 40 booklets on universal learning, on universal design of learning. Means the same book can be used by students of having normal vision and everything, and the students who are not able to see it. So on the same book, the print, and within the print there is a embossed, so the Braille is there, so they can read it. We have also come out with two materials handbooks that how to integrate different concerns of children with disability while teaching science, social science, languages, including children with learning disability. So if you have children with learning disability, then what strategies you can use? For example, you can give more time. You have to build the confidence. Sometimes teachers are using remedial teaching, but basically remedial teachings is not to repeat that chapter. Remedial teaching should be to build on the already available strength of the child, because each children have strength. So we have to see what are their strengths and how to build them. Encourage the child, to build the confidence of the child, to create enabling environment. First of all, if there is a bullying in the school, if the teacher's attitude is not so positive, so definitely the child will not feel confident. Even children with normal, you can say, abilities, if the teacher's attitude is not positive, teacher is not having rapport with the children, teacher is not polite, confident, trustworthy, definitely the children will not come. So we have to help to build the whole environment of the school in such a way so that the children with disability can approach to the teachers and they can take help. And then there are a lot of audios and videos are available. For example, all the textbook of NCERT from class 1 to class 12 are available on audio. So text to speech. So those with hearing impairment, they can make use of those materials. So like that, lot of efforts have been made. There are various organizations are also making effort. So the accessibility is the most important aspect that we have to reach to each and everyone. And that is the motto of the National Curriculum Framework. That is the motto of the national policy also that inclusion is very important. And Khungar Sahab, I'll tell you that even the National Council for Teacher Education, who have the 15 courses, who is responsible for the whole teacher education in the country for pre-service, for both elementary and secondary and even at the, you can say, MEd level. In all the 15 courses, they have included 4 aspects. One is that even if it is a B.Ed level course, if it is a M.Ed level course, if it is physical education course, if it is a art course, if it is visual art, any course. The one is ICT, the another is you can say inclusion. Inclusion will be integrated, woven around all the courses. Third is yoga and fourth is gender. So these aspects will cut across all you can say discipline. So in a way, the before entering to the school system, the teacher should be motivated and you can say have a positive attitude towards all these aspects. So these efforts have already been made, but still it's a very huge area. There are 21 disabilities are there. So we have to work for all the disabilities and we are working for that. But lot of material is available on NROER, so one can make use of it. Ji.
Yeah, right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank it's giving quite an understanding of how NCERT is actually trying to train and give a understanding about this particular aspect of inclusivity. While you've been mentioning, you mentioned about yoga and physical education, physical fitness. A lot of questions have come from that area also. In the current situation also where they felt the physical and mental well-being of children is an absolute must. And where people been asking about incorporating it as a part of curriculum and as a part of regular learning for children. So while you've been mentioning that, you mentioned about certain textbook at the senior secondary level, higher secondary level, but at the lower level you talked about teachers' handbooks. So is NCERT also looking in terms of having a proper textbook kind of material for children actually in these particular subjects as well?
Yeah. I think the issue, because when the National Curriculum Framework 2005 was prepared, so it was thought the National Curriculum Framework has already categorically said that it is a compulsory area from class 1 to class 10, and it is an optional area from class 11 to 12. So all teachers, at least there should be a teacher in the school system. All teacher education courses should be revised. Its content should be widened. But at the same time, because it is more practical aspect area, here just knowing is not enough. If you want to remain fit, you have to have exercises. If you want, you know more about yoga, but that knowing will not help until unless you do the yogic practices. So therefore, it was decided that at the lower level, elementary level, instead of burdening the children with textbooks, let the teacher be made empowered, and the teacher should organize activities, physical activities, exercises, games and sports in the school system. It was also thought that yoga should be made an integral part of the physical health and physical education, because instead of having a compartmentalization, your main objective is to achieve health, and that is holistic health. When we say holistic health, that means physical, mental, emotional and spiritual well-being. So it's physical, you can do exercises. Mental, physically also exercises will help you. But if you want to remain mentally peace and emotionally more stable and mentally alert, then yoga can help us. And you might have seen, you have experienced that there are people who are doing yoga, and in this COVID situation, the yoga is very helpful, because sometimes it's very difficult to play outside the house. The grounds are totally locked. The children cannot go to the ground. So if you see the alternative calendar, if all the teachers, students and parents, if see the alternative calendar for primary, upper primary, secondary and higher secondary, we have mentioned what yoga they can do, what physical activities they can do, how they can remain emotionally strong, how they identify their own emotional areas, their own strength, and through various activities like games, like snake and ladder, like finding out, like writing, like seeing film. So there are many areas are there where they can read, they can reflect, and they can even share with their friends on Hangout, or you can say whatever, maybe Google Hangout, on WhatsApp, and on phone they can chat about it. So those, all these academic calendar are there. But for 9th and 10th, because 10th is board, so if somebody is opting, there should be a text. So in 9th, we have already brought out the text. In 10th also, maybe in the new national curriculum framework, we can also think about bringing out textbooks. But those, if you somebody say they are available, these are available on NCERT website. If they say see those textbooks, it is more activity oriented. It is case studies are there, role plays are there. For example, agar athletics, how to play, how to run, what type of run, 50-meter run. So what is relay? So all these aspects have been given. At the same time, NCERT has also brought out 2 books on yoga. One is for upper primary stage, because we said yoga should not start from primary stage. Informal yogic activities can start at the primary stage, like for example, movement of the hand, movement of the shoulder, neck movement, all this micro yogic shuksham vyayam, it is called, that can be done. But yoga, real yoga should start at the upper primary stage. And when we say yoga, generally the people used to understand that it is only asana. No, yoga means your yam, your niyam, your own behavior, your cleanliness. So all these kriya and pranayam. So all these constitute meditation. All these constitute yoga. So we have brought out 2 books. These are available on NCERT website. If anybody is interested, they can go to publication on, you can say that PPT, last PPT NCERT website. So publication, and in other publication, they have all the books, and the yoga books are also available. Now the quiz competition we are going to have on those yoga books. So there will be a quiz competition. We want that all children, particularly those principals who are participating, they can motivate their children, their teachers to participate in that competition. And there will be certain, you can say, merit certificates will also be given to children for all stages, means all upper primary, secondary, and you can say all private. So all school can participate. In Yoga Olympiad, generally because of many reasons, we used to invite only government and government aided schools. But now it is open to everyone. Similarly, constitution competition is also going on. So children can participate, can take advantage of it. So we are thinking that more practical. Now Fit India movement is also going on. From tomorrow onward, on Monday, they are going to have training of 13,000 teachers on the fitness. So fitness is very important, and fitness, when we say, it is not only physical fitness, but mental and emotional fitness is very important, because these days children, I should not say, large number of children without any big reasons are committing suicide. So suicidal tendency during adolescence is very high, and because the interaction, the communication between parents and children, there is a lot of gap. The communication is not there. There are so many issues of bullying, sexual abuse. 80 to 90% of these abuses are occurring by known persons. So the children are not able to talk to the parents. So therefore, there's a need to develop the safety net to avoid bullying, to say no to the behavior which they do not like. So we have to build the confidence, those life skills among our children. That is very important, and I think this health and physical education provide a good scope to build all those life skills.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's being very well said that entire system has to gear up actually to have these things incorporated as a part of life and not compartmentalized only as a subject and only be based on textbook. Very right. So there are certain questions now, the policy related also have been people talking about, people have been very happy, and everybody is appreciative of alternative calendar, which NCERT has came up with. The only thing actually is that calendar and the tenets of that calendar will also be a part of the further improvement or modification in the NCERT textbook as well, having that incorporation of online kind of.
There was one question, Dr. Khungar. Somebody asked that NCERT's old data and books are not revised. So I think either they are not able to download or see the NCERT, because NCERT every year update its textbooks and reprint it. So we whatever authentic data, for example, if you say the population of India, We will take only 2011. We cannot take other data because 2011 census is the only authentic source. So wherever authentic source is available, that is there. Now this calendar is for 4 weeks. We are going to very soon develop 8 weeks calendar also, academic calendar, which will be placed on NCERT website. And definitely when the policy and national curriculum framework will be developed, then the new syllabi, new textbooks and all these issues will be taken into consideration and new textbook will be prepared. Yeah.
Right. And ma'am, while you've been also mentioning about vocational subjects, and you mentioned around 300 something, you mentioned some number. Yeah.
377 are the textbooks, but we have about 10, you can say, broad areas. And under 10 broad areas, there are about more than 60 job roles.
65 job roles. So when we are talking about these vocational subjects, is NCERT also looking into integrating these things at, again, primary or upper primary level also?
Yeah, this is also because in the new policy, this is also on view that it should become a part and parcel of the system, because children must learn vocational areas as pre-vocational, as a part of pre-vocational courses. So this also view, but as a subject we are also developing. So there are certain schools which they have already integrated into the school system from class 8 onward, but that these schools are on an experimental basis. For example, Haryana, they have already started. There are certain other schools. So, but in the long run, I think policy is focusing more on vocationalization, more on vocational subjects and linkages with the industry, because these should be demand based. When we prepare the job role, but there is no demand in the industry, so they are not being absorbed. So these should be demand based. That is also very, very important.
Right, right. Right, ma'am. There have been certain specific areas of concern also where people have asked questions like, could there be some ways of online assessment in Hindi subject?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Assessment is a very important area. And if you see the Nishtha portal, we are focusing more on school-based assessment, whether it is online or offline. But the focus is that the school should be the point that where the you can say space where they should do the assessment part, and it should be continuous. Some people used to say that CC has failed, continuous comprehensive evaluation has failed. Actual continuous evaluation failed because lack of implementation. People have not understood. People have thought that there is no examination, so no learning. But CC doesn't say that no examination. They are saying you continuously, the title CCE, continuous comprehensive assessment. So learning, any assessment should be as a part of learning. Assessment should not be thought as a separate, not 3 hours assessment, but the child continuously learn. That is our focus. Online assessment, yes, in languages also online assessment can be done, but online assessment is more of a quantitative nature, because the moment you say qualitative, then you can say its evaluation is little bit difficult. So quantitatively, for example, most of the people are doing, earlier in IIT also there were essay type questions were there, but essay type questions evaluation means total analysis is little difficult. So the process will take about it, but more because in language it is more of your communication, more of your presentation, more of your analysis, more what you say. The same thing you can say, for example, a glass is there of water. Somebody can say it's a half full, somebody can say it's a half empty, somebody can say it's the glass is having water, somebody can say the water is very good. So it's an interpretation, because in language, so we have to have improve the vocabulary also and the sharpen the mind. So so those online assessments are there, but we are planning for that, but still it will take little time.
Right, right. And another specific concern has been one in English, where in higher secondary there has been a concern that novel being replaced by additional material, study material, or different lessons of various genres, and that increase some kind of burden on children. So it may be a subjective area, but how do you look at that? I mean, replacement of novel with some kind of additional tasks, additional lessons.
I think this is we are discussing with the CBSE on this issue. There are certain issues are there, so maybe in the next we will think about it, because they think that it is important, we think this is important, so there are certain issues are there. Yeah.
Right. Similarly, in geography textbook, the field conceptual, more of explanatory notes are required in the conceptual section of this portion of geography textbook. And
So now we are in.
yeah,
So
yeah.
now we are including all those aspects under QR code.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which you have already explained
Yeah.
in your presentation, right? And similarly, it's a similar question where there have been physical outline maps of India are being given, while the questions being asked are from political map of India. So that kind of synchronization which is required actually from textbook and what is expected from the children in the test also. So.
But
Yeah.
when I asked
Mm-hmm.
from the concerned faculty,
Yeah.
They told me that we have already taken care of political map also.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So lot of political maps have already been given in the textbook.
Okay. Okay. Fine. There is some kind of SOPs also NCERT is coming up with while schools reopening procedures, safety measures, and related things. Would you also be able to elaborate on that? What kind of SOPs?
See, yeah. And the NCERT has also prepared guidelines for opening of schools.
Yeah.
But I think still it is not finalized because we have to see the COVID situation.
Right.
And we cannot take a risk at this moment. So that's why we are preparing 8 weeks calendar.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I think most of the things being covered, but still because you have worked a lot with adolescent education and other things also, there have been general questions also. People have asked, how do we motivate people to adapt to the change and act while dealing with adolescent children also and otherwise as well as teachers also? How do we adapt to this kind of change?
I think it's a very important question. You know, adolescents have various issues and concerns. For example, the simple issue is related to their height and weight. The simple issue is related to their color. The simple issue is related to their body image. So we have to discuss all these issues not in a direct way, but through role plays. There is a very good activity called question box activity. You just plan a question box activity. You ask children to put questions in the box which they want to know. And tell them, make confident that anonymous, and they can put any questions. No question is absurd. Even the most irrelevant questions for them, for us, is relevant for them. So whatever questions they have in their mind, they can put this question in the question box. Now we want that children should have experiential learning. Ask them to classify the questions, not ourselves. Let them classify the questions. When they classify the question, they will read the questions. The moment they will read the questions, they will discuss with each other. Now, once they classify the question, there are, for example, some questions are related to growing up issues. Some questions are related to relationship. I like this girl. I like that boy. Some questions are related to emotional well-being. Some questions are related to body image. Because you know what we wear is mostly influenced by our peers. The peer says that you are wearing, you are not looking good. Our whole confidence will go down.
Right.
The peer says you are looking very smart, the confidence will go up. So peer influence, parental influence, teacher influence, that's why they are saying the teacher should never say negative word. The parent should never say negative word because each child is unique. So in question box, classify them, ask them if they are comfortable, they can answer. For example, one question I can answer, another question other student will answer. So they can collect information about that question. As a teacher, moderate those questions. At least the answer should not be absurd. And if there are certain questions which are very sensitive, either the teacher should answer or the teacher can invite some person who is more comfortable because they can listen to others. Teacher may not be. So we can build that confidence. So that will help them to clarify their myths and misconception in issues. They can have role plays. They can show film to the children. So if anybody is interested in adolescence education, I will give you one website number: AEP
Mhm.
aep.org,
Okay.
AEPARC, or even if they forget, just open NCERT website. If I show, can I show the screen again?
Uh,
No,
I think
okay.
being
So
live will be.
On the NCERT website, on the left hand side, my left hand side and that right hand side, there is a adolescence education.
Right.
The moment they click, the all materials are available. Even films are available in Hindi and English.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a lot of case studies, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
very good, you can say, program. We have organized programs, and people used to say that why now you are organizing, you could have organized earlier also. So
Mm-hmm.
similarly, the school health program also material is very good. So
Mm-hmm.
adolescence issues, distancing from parents, for example, the
Mm-hmm.
parents, because the parents have no time. So
Mm-hmm.
communication with the child, listening to the child, we do not listen. We used to preach. We used to give lecture. So we should not give lecture to the child. We should interact like friend, share information, communicate with them. At least people used to say that at least listen for 5 minutes without interacting. What the
Mm-hmm.
child want to say, have friendship. So
Mm-hmm.
distancing from parents, and there is a study where they are saying that most of the children, for them, their parents are the role model. So what if the father is taking smoking, drinking, and expecting the child will not smoke? It's
Mm-hmm.
a, it's far much to be expected. So first we have to remodel ourselves, modify ourselves, then only we can expect from the children. So communication, listening is very important. Rapport building. As a teacher, rapport building, trust. So for example, the students want to share something. From whom to share? The teacher will say no. Somebody is asked, what is this? The teacher will say, you concentrate on your studies. Don't ask such questions. But the
Mm-hmm.
child is bothering. So what he will do? Either he will depend on peers, or he will look for some material which is not authentic material, or he'll go for pornography. So all this because the distance between parents and teachers
Mm-hmm.
for the children should not be enlarged. Some distance is okay, some space to the child is okay, but mentoring of the child, monitoring of the child, not controlling the child, that is very very important. So talking to the children is very important since from the beginning itself.
Right. Right. Right.
Too
Right.
much expectation. For example, I have not become a doctor. Now you have to become a doctor. You have to fulfill my dream. Whereas the child's interest is something different. So
Mm-hmm.
not forcing the child. So we have taken drug abuse, for example. There are so many role plays we have done it. And in role plays, only little, you can say, things by the parents have led to the child to become a drug addict, because
Mm-hmm.
the child, there was a one role play that the child came first. He is from a poor family. He came to the mother that I have come first, give me something sweets or some t-shirt. She said, I don't have any money. Instead of praising the child, she scolded the child. The child
Mm-hmm.
went outside. There are some people who said, oh, we will give you. They give the drug. They made him a drug addict. So
Mm-hmm.
parent communication, listening is very important. Even in our good homes, we
Mm-hmm.
all are busy. We have provided all physical facilities, but the
Mm-hmm.
child is also need emotional
Mm-hmm.
stability, emotional interrelationship, emotional, you can say, bonding,
That's right.
talking. That is very important.
That's right. And therefore, you are very rightly saying not only parents but teachers also have to be prone to
Very
listen to.
important. Teacher can help. And you know, most of the abuses, the sexual abuses, even there is a study by the Ministry of Women and Child Development, and it's a good sample study is there. That study says not only girls, even boys are abused.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the abuses, more than 80% abuses are done not by the unknown person, but by the
Mm-hmm.
known. So
On people.
parents are to be very much aware, have to build the capacity, learning and life skill. If somebody is saying something which you do not like, say loudly no.
Mm-hmm.
No, leave that place. Make
Right.
your safety net. You must have people around you whom you can talk, whom you can share. Sharing is very important. Reporting is also very important, because if you do not report, then he or she will do again something wrong. So we have to snap the evil in the bud. That is very important. So lot of material is there, and I'll request every one of them at least just look at the material, because you know, in adolescence education, most of us have adolescent at home, maybe as a son or daughter, maybe as a brother or sister, maybe as a grandson or daughter, you can say, maybe as a relative. So we must know their issues and concerns. If the child, for example, there is a change in voice during adolescence, the parents will not think, they will think he is behaving like a, something different, whereas there is a change in voice because of the hormones. There is a growth and development. Somebody is growing, somebody is not growing. Somebody has a master's, somebody, some boy is not having, they will say you are not grown. So they may be, you can say, attracted by some quacks. So they used to say, we can give you the medicine, you can become a very huge, your muscles will be strong, you will be strong, your height will increase, and that can result in low, you can say, impact the health. So that person might give something which is not good and harmful. Steroid, they can give steroid. The steroid can enlarge your height, but there are other implications of that steroid. So that is also very important, that we have to, the child have to communicate regularly. We must know where, what, who are their friends, not controlling, I'm saying. The moment we'll say preach, control, the child will avoid. But we have to talk in such a way as we are talking to a friend. We cannot be true friend, but at least we can become, well, people used to say, "No, when your child is 16 years old, you must behave like a friend, not as a son and daughter." That is very important. Drug abuse, there, even HIV, AIDS, there are children who are experimenting, and HIV among young population is also there. So our population, particularly in India, we have large number of adolescent. If you say 10 to 24, we have 47 crores. If you say 10 to 19, we have 25 crores. Our prime minister used to say that we have 65% below 35. So young population, this young population, we have to make them healthy population, and we can make, all teacher and parents can make them healthy.
Yeah, I can.
We have to come to, we have to work together.
Your passion for the subject is very evident, no? Adolescent, you're quite close to your heart. Just one important question also came up in terms of how NCERT ensures, while the books are to be standardized, an adequate level of challenge for all kind of learners. How do you ensure that in your publication?
See, we are giving lot of activities, lot of project work. So the child can do the projects, can do the assignments, can do the experiments. So we are providing lot of opportunities. Basically, most of us are focusing on marks, how to get 99.9% marks. And Dr. Kungar, I think I should not say with too much of conviction, but those students who are getting sometime 99.9% marks are not getting admission, and then they get more frustrated. You have seen that even after, because we are not developing them the skills. Children getting admission in IIT, in AIMS, after that they do not have mental balance, emotionally how to deal with stress, because there's a lot of stress. They think this is the end of life. So we are focusing more on marks. Therefore, what intelligence means? Intelligence means that we have to enable the child to learn, to find out themselves. If we are able to make them mentally more alert, strong, emotionally more strong, I think finding out is not a difficult area. They can do many work. So the focus is that we are keeping all children into consideration. There's a lot of activities, and even teachers have the scope. The teachers can do lot of activities at their own. There's a lot of scope for the teachers. Even if most of the teachers see the note for the teachers, in note for the teachers, they can organize different activities. So that's why we are saying that NCERT textbooks are model textbooks, but you can enlarge them. Don't prescribe, don't confine yourself to the prescribed syllabus only. Go beyond syllabus. this is also one of the guiding principle of the National Curriculum Framework. Go beyond textbooks.
Right.
Take multiple, you can say, references, resources. And that's why NROER is full of resources. Why only to confine to text is the one. Rather, we must have different resources. Ask the children to read more text, more information, get more information. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you so much, because it's been an engrossing kind of discussion and we have crossed the time limit also. So there are a lot of questions actually which people have asked. So while I was going through it, a lot of questions which require a separate addressal system because we all already passed our deadline. So
No problem.
yeah, thank you so much. But it was very
Thank
enriching.
you so much, and I am really thankful to all of you.
It was a pleasure actually listening to you. I'm sure all the participants, all the listeners must have gained as much as actually which we have been observing and listening and understanding. Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Ma'am, actually, it was rather a very comprehensive address. And as rightly said, there is a lot of responsibility that lies on our shoulders. We as educators have a lot of role to play in nurturing the students and nurturing the children under our care. It is rightly said that an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. And similar is the kind of investment that we all have made today. And we have gained a lot of understanding on various areas in which NCERT works. And we were actually all under the impression that it is only the textbooks, basically. But then today we have got a comprehensive knowledge about the various areas of education on which the NCERT is so passionately and intensely working. I would really like to thank Professor Saroj Yadav, ma'am, for accepting our invitation very readily and taking time out of her busy schedule and enlightening us. I would also like to thank Mr. Kanwaljit Khungar for beautifully moderating the session. My special thanks to all the participating teachers and principals who made this live event a success. But last but not the least, I would like to place on record the efforts of the IT department of Arvachin International School, who has put this show together. Thank you so much, ma'am, and I hope that all of us have gained a lot.
I also thanks to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Dr. Khungar and Dr. Sapna providing me this opportunity, and I hope this is the beginning, because in NCERT itself there is NI, there are 18 departments. Each department is doing a lot of things. So I expect and hope that all will look into NCERT website and take advantage of it. Thank you so much. Thanks to everyone. Thanks, Dr. Khungar.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, sir.